Hey everybody, Will here from PPC Coach. Thank you for coming on the Print on Demand Accelerator webinar. Totally appreciate you coming out today. Got to do this first, as always. Can you hear me? And can you see my screen? Just to make sure everything's hooked up correctly. Give me a 1 in the chat box if we are good to go. Awesome. All right, second thing, where is everybody from? Let me know globally where you're located. I want to see who the furthest away from London, Ontario, Canada is. So let me know your location. Iceland, holy cow. I think you are the first one from Iceland. That's awesome. Utah, San Jose, uh, Gloucester. Is that how you pronounce that? I think. That's what, yeah, Massachusetts. Cool, cool. Yeah, Gloucester. See, I got it right, and I'm Canadian. How about that? That's awesome. All right, well, I'm in London, Ontario, Canada. It is sunny and kind of chilly today, but at least it's not raining, finally. So I'm going to dive right in here and get going because we've got a lot of ground to cover. So thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. That's awesome. I hope to share quite a bit with you that you can take action on right away. So my goal for this webinar is very simple. It's to help you, and I want to help you create a profitable online store. But then I want to market it. So I want to do that with a bunch of different options like Google Shopping ads, Google Search ads, Google Display ads, Facebook ads, and email marketing. There is a lot of ways that we can market our store. So who's this for? Basically, people who want to create a store online, but they're not sure how. Maybe they want to quit their 9 to 5, maybe to spend more time with your family. Maybe you've just always wanted to work online, but you never knew how. And you might have tried some things in the past without success. And that's what I find with a lot of people. And you're not alone. I mean, that's what happens, right? It is hard. So, what are we doing? Teaching you how to build a store profitably, step by step. That's the whole goal of the Print on Demand Accelerator. And why? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First, a good coach slash mentor can make a huge difference with anything. Doesn't matter if you're playing a sport, in business, relationships, anything. Somebody to help you out, to guide you. Think of your parents. They were your first mentor. They helped you, they guided you, they shaped you, and turned you into the person that you are today. It's the same with business. When you find somebody who's good at what they do, they can help you. Second, going at this alone can be very difficult. It's not easy. There's so many options out there and so much information, and unfortunately, so much misinformation that we can get stuck in that, and it makes life very difficult. So, if you stay until the end, I do have something very special for you. But, real quick, why do I do this stuff? Just before I get into the how, there's more to life than sitting alone on your computer making money. And that's what I do. I work at home. I'm sitting here in my home office at the front of my home, at my house, and I'm alone. I don't mind being alone during the day because I have 5 kids and a wife, but um, yeah, so I sit here alone. So I'm like, there's got to be more to this. Making money is great, but helping others succeed is almost more rewarding. All right, so here's an example of a fella that I've helped in the past. Michael, just wanted to share a milestone, hit 10,000 revenue today. Most of this was made in the last 28 days. Special thanks to Will. Launched my first campaign in July. So this is an older one after watching a course that he put together. Great stuff. So I just want to show that. Another fella, Ben, these are great posts. I love these in my groups. So some Friday milestone motivation. Bought the course in late July and launched the first campaign exactly 2 months ago. Will's system works. You just need to trust the process, put in the work. So that 1,000 sale milestone is awesome. It's really good. And then Cedric, another great guy. To everyone in this group, I will highly recommend the Gear Bubble course. In that case, it's a print-on-demand course that I have out as well. So he failed at Facebook ads for 3 years, purchased so many courses, can tell the good from the bad. I purchased the course a couple months ago, and as of today, had his first $1,000 day. Don't ask because I don't post screenshots. You wouldn't believe them anyway. My weakness was with Facebook ads. For the first time, I decided not to second guess him, do exactly what he's teaching, whether it makes sense to me or not. I'm not an affiliate. I don't sell necklaces on Gear Bubble. This is the best course I've seen so far. He's not selling bullshit because I follow other high earners. He's on the same page with them. Will's just a better teacher. So I love that. And lastly, Paul, something seems to be working here. Now it's 7 sales, 1 made from sponsored ads with $1 per day daily budget. All 7 sales are coffee mugs. So that's from another course that I've put out there. So basically that's why I do it. I put out this training, I coach people, I help people because it's rewarding. I love seeing those posts in my group where people hit their first sale, they hit their first $1,000 day. 1,000 sales, hit their first $10,000 revenue mark. Like, it's just awesome. That's why I put together the Print on Demand Accelerator, because I want to help more people. But basically, more on that later. Time for the intro. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because it's not about me, it's about you guys. So, who am I? Most of you know me already, but some may not. Some of you may have just seen an ad on Facebook and come onto the webinar. That's awesome. That means Facebook works. And that's what we're going to use for our store, too. So, that's me. That's my fugly mug. I have 5 daughters. They're all H names. Live in London, Ontario, Canada. Love helping people with my coaching and courses. I'm the founder of ppccoach.com. That's where I've trained over 11,000 online marketers since 2007. I started originally in 2005 online, so I'm a veteran in this online advertising world, as you can see by the gray hair and my goatee. So, big payouts. That's a picture of my first big check in November 23rd, 2005. That's way, 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 way back in time. The amount's a little bit hard to see, but it's $17,489.53. We didn't have high resolution cameras on our phone back then. So that was literally taken with a film, like a film camera that you took the film out, brought it to the store, you waited like a week, and then you got your pictures. So, and sidebar, I am the inventor of the selfie. I used to take selfies on film cameras all the time, and it would surprise my friends and family, and they get really mad at me because you got basically 24 shots, and 2 of them would be of me just smiling at myself. So I claim the invention of the selfie back in 2000s. All right, that's that's stupid, but I was generating secured loan leads using Google AdWords and selling them to banks in the United Kingdom. How the heck do you figure that out, Will? Guess what I did? I got a mentor. I got a coach to help me. He taught me. So now I focus on Facebook ads, Google ads, Shopify stores. Print on demand is my bread and butter. So after that check, I said the weirdest thing to my wife. This is something that you will probably, well, I hope you guys can say this to your spouse or partner, but we're sitting there at dinner one night. She had just cooked some nice, I think it was pasta, and she was pregnant with our 3rd child. We're living in a townhouse, had 3-bedroom townhouse, but it was really small. We need another room to put another child in. And I said, I have to quit my job to start making money. And that's something you don't hear people saying too often because it's a very odd thing. But I went downstairs, showed her the check. She took the picture. We talked a little bit. She slept on it, and then I did. I quit my job. My last shift was December 31st, 2006. I remember I took it as New Year's Eve because I wanted to remember it, and I wanted it to be an easy date to remember, and I wanted to celebrate. So that's what I did. I've now sold over $1 million in physical products and counting. If you want to see some proof, no problem. Here you go. Here's a couple of companies I work with. 604,000 on one, 439,000 on another, and then this one, little 46,000 there. But the grand total is $1,091,106.67 on 53,860 products sold at the time of this webinar. So it is weird to say, but I am $1 million producer. So it's just, when you say that out loud, it sounds really odd, but it's true. I've done it. But that's not all I do. I also coach people one-on-one. I create courses and boot camps and challenges for students. I really like that side of the business too, because it's almost more rewarding than the money. So I'm approaching $1 million for my courses coaching. 2, I work in both worlds at the same time. And the old saying goes, those who can't do, teach, right? That's what they say about university professors, college professors. That's why they're teaching, because they can't do it. Not this guy. I actually just proved I actually do what I teach. I practice what I preach, and I don't teach anything unless I've done it myself and got it down pat. So I do actually practice what I preach, which is unlike a lot of others out there, unfortunately. So enough fluff. Let's get into the training. This, just real quick, this is one of my new methods, just to kind of tease you a little bit, about as up to date as you can be. Basically, spent about $72.93, got 5 sales at $14.59. So the return on ad spend was about 3.77. This is a screenshot from my Facebook account. And you can see I named my ad account Automated Teller Machine because it is like going to the bank for me. It's just, and if you name your ad account something that makes you smile, makes you think, oh, that's awesome, then it helps you through your day. And like, I work alone, I got to make myself laugh. So pretty cool, right? I wasn't kidding when I said I practice what I preach. So what's the point? Well, to let you know you're in good hands. That's why I have to do that whole intro. That's why I have to go through all that screenshot stuff, just to let you know, I know what I'm doing. I've been there, done that, have a t-shirt. So enough fluff. Let's get to the training. Today, we will cover 3 things. So we're going to start with number 1, what we will be selling. And I think my mouse is there. Number 2, how we will sell them. And number 3, how to speed up the process. So if you have questions, you can post them in the chat box. This is live right now, or you can go to the free group, ppccoach.com/group. That'll take you to the Facebook group, which is free, which some of you are already in there, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do is kind of glance over the questions as we're going through it. If I don't hit it right away, I will definitely cover all the questions at the end with some answers for you. So let's go into number 1, what we will be selling. So there are tons of options out there, and you don't have to pick just one. Okay, with print on demand, it's basically whatever the supplier can provide. That's what you can print, because you really only need an image file upload it to your store, put onto a mock-up. You don't even create the thing first. And then your print on demand company will print it, ship it, and then update your store with the tracking number. So it's very cool that way. So there's tons and tons of options. In fact, I think you shouldn't become married to one particular product. Instead, you should test multiple different product types. And in fact, if you find a good design that's working in a good niche, you should expand it to other different products, right? So like I said, don't get married to one product type. Let's look at some examples of what we can sell now. And these are all print on demand. So like I said, the company prints it, ships it, and then they update your store with the tracking number. So it's very cool. Here's what we have just as examples. I've taken this off one of my favorite print on demand suppliers called Gear Bubble, but we can do coffee mugs, necklaces. I have sold a ton of necklaces, and I'm a 43-year-old man selling necklaces online. Go figure that one out, right? But it works because of one thing, the gift angle. So people buy necklaces to give to other people. That's a wicked way to sell print on demand products online that I've been doing for years and years and years. Bracelets, T-shirts, hoodies sell really well. So do T-shirts. The margins are a little bit smaller. Phone cases, I honestly can't really get those to work. I think people prefer to go to the mall and buy those. Hats, possible. Beanie. Pillowcases, I was shocked at this, but pillowcases actually do sell. You can do up a design, a nice saying, a nice something, put it on a pillowcase, and it will sell. And I'm like, when I looked at that, I thought, there is no way in hell anybody's ever going to buy a pillowcase with a stupid design on it. But they do, and it just blows me away. So posters, you can do all over prints, which means they print like basically all around the body. You can do leggings if you want. You can do laser engraved necklaces, shot glasses, travel mugs, canvas prints, freeform necklaces, all different types. There's customized photo necklaces that you can do where you actually take a photo off your phone or off your computer. You can upload it. The buyer can upload it to your store, and then they can adjust it on the necklace, and then they can order it. So the technology is moving so quickly, it's just amazing. Those customized photo ones and the photo etching ones they're selling really, really well. So that's what we want to put onto our store as well. So what are my top 3? Basically, like I said, necklaces is my bread and butter. Hoodies do very, very well, and coffee mugs, they also do well. So let's see some examples. What have I done? Okay, here's one of mine. This is one I've showed before, and it's been copied a couple times, but that's cool because the market is gigantic. So this is one that a father would buy for their daughter and give it to them. And what I did is I priced this at $27.95. So what I made per sale, meaning the base cost is taken off, is $20. So you can see that I've sold 8,080 of these times $20 is $161,600. I spent about half that on ads. So that pulled in about $80,800. So amazing, right? One cheesy little necklace that dad can give to his daughter, and it pulled in that much money. So this is mine, and those numbers aren't real. They're not made up at all. So that's great. That's a necklace, but what else can you do? Well, here's a hoodie. So I'm in this niche too because I'm in Canada and we have snowmobiles. Unfortunately, I live in an area now where you can't really. It's been like 6 years now since I could really ride it on a trail, but I take the kids in the backyard and we pull them around on a sled, and they love it. But anyway, so you price this hoodie at $40, $39.99, which means you make $22.04 after you pay for the product, right, with the supplier. So sold about 512 of these. That pulled in $11,284.48. I did spend about half of that on ads. So this little hoodie actually profited about $5,600, which is not too shabby. So you think, well, how do you go from like 80,000 to showing us something that profited 5,600? Well, I've got about 250 of these things in various niches right now. So some of them do more, some of them do less, but I just wanted to show you one to give you an example of what you can do. And all I had to come up with was the design. And then the company actually fulfills it for me. They print it, they ship it, and then the customer's happy. So it's all good. I don't have to have any inventory. And here's a coffee mug. This one is not mine, but I like this one because it sold so many, 14,298 sold on a coffee mug. This is what's called a color changing mug, which is neat because it starts out black, and as you pour a hot liquid into it, it reveals the design. So this was one for a husband to buy for their wife. So it was priced at $19.95. So I know for a fact that the profit margin is $10 per sale. So that's about 140,000 that was made. And now I'm assuming about half of that was spent on ads because it's not mine. So that's about $71,000 in revenue, like in profits, like not revenue, profits. That's not too shabby, right? So there's a necklace, a hoodie, and a coffee mug. A couple examples for you to look at that actually are real world examples that really did these sales. So are you getting some ideas? I really hope so, because ideas are literally, they're everywhere. Like we can go to a lot of different places, get a lot of ideas. Last time you went to the mall, did you ever like snap a pic of a funny t-shirt or a mug just to and send it to your friends or your family? You should. Like I do. I do that constantly. So I get tons of ideas that way, and I'll put them on a product and I'll sell it. So as long as it's not trademarked or copyright, then you're good to go. And there's a lot of generic things out there that you can do this with. So what I want to show you now, I want to show you an example of even just going to a simple place like Walmart. Okay, you can go there online right now. You can do this with me or do it after. I'm gonna pull this over, and you can say, okay, well, what's Walmart got? Like, why the heck would I go here? Well, here, let's just type this in. Say you want to sell a funny T-shirt and you're not sure what to put on it. There you go. Did someone say shenanigans? Right? Number one result. I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. A lot of these are on here that you can actually do. Don't grow up, it's a trap. So let's look at this. Why would Walmart, when I type in funny t-shirts, put this one here? Well, because it's a top seller. So the beauty of Walmart is Walmart has professional buyers that their job is to go out and find products to put on the shelves and in the store at Walmart. So they're not going to put a product into their store if they don't think it's going to do well. So they're actually vetting all these products for you. So you are taking advantage of these professional buyers to come in here, find some ideas that you can put on your own design. So I wouldn't say come in here and copy that exactly, but what I would do is take a screenshot of that. And I have a program I use called Snagit. It's from Adobe, I think. Is it from Adobe? Anyway, it's called Snagit. And I will take a screenshot and then I'll put that into an idea folder. And there we go. I got a funny t-shirt folder on my computer, loaded up with a whole bunch of t-shirts that I think are pretty funny that I could actually sell on my own store using print on demand. So there's an idea. And then you say, okay, well, that's cool. Let's go back and see what other examples we have just real quick. Couple in here. So this one, like a goofy one, you don't want to do that because that's Disney. That is copyright, trademark. You'll get in trouble if you do that. Don't do anything trademark. I know like Avengers right now are huge because of the Endgame movie and all that other stuff, but you can't do it. So then there's this world's greatest father crossed out with farter. So this silly design, you could put this on a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee mug, and you can sell it online on your store. This is not trademarked at all. So and it works every single Father's Day. This works like clockwork. They sell like hotcakes. So there's two examples of funny things you can do. You can get into like holiday seasons as well. Best dog dad ever. So then you would just target people that males that own a dog and put that and sell them that. That's perfect. I'm allergic to stupidity. I break out in sarcasm. There's a funny one. There's a whole bunch. Like you could literally spend all day on here just going nuts looking at t-shirts from walmart.com. Like how easy is that? So that's one place I use. You can look at other places. Even just going to Google and search up funny t-shirts, you're going to find, what I'll do is I'll pull this over here real quick, go to a new tab, and I'll go funny t-shirts. Oh, I guess I could have left that there. So here we go. You want to find funny t-shirts? Just as an example. Go to the first result on Google. Look at what we've got. Tons of ideas. And now don't copy these designs exactly, but you can use them for inspiration to create your own. There's nothing wrong with that. So you take the saying, you design your own shirt, or you use an app, which I do teach, or you outsource it to get people to do these up, and then you put them on your own products and you're good to go. It's not just t-shirts we can do either. Remember I said coffee mugs? Look at all these coffee mugs. Tons of them. So I can even just go to the images and start looking through them. There are so many funny coffee mugs out there that it is insane. You could spend all day going through Google image search and looking at funny coffee mugs, adding them to your idea folder, and then eventually creating your own designs based on these and putting them up on your store. And that's what people do. Like, there's a huge business in just selling coffee mugs online too. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of what's possible and how easy it is to find designs. So it's pretty cool, right? I think it is, for sure. I hope you're getting some ideas, and the possibilities are endless. Like I said, go beyond Walmart.com. You can go to just Google and type in whatever your niche is, whatever your idea is. You'll get listings of stores that are already selling stuff. You can go through to the stores. You can sort by bestsellers. You can take screenshots, make your own designs, make your own versions of things, and it's all good to go. So that's great. But does all this stuff work? Absolutely. So absolutely it works. This isn't theory. This is what I do. So here's a couple more. Kelly just posted in one of my groups, yes, made my first sale. These are actually my favorite ones because the first sale is the best sale. It means it just validates that everything you're doing is working. Here's another one. It works. Made my first sale using these Facebook ad strategies. It was an intermediate campaign, so I'd recommend those. I did test and do the beginner. Built up social proof first. Thanks, Will Haimerl, for sharing your wisdom. Awesome. And then RK, got my first 2 sales from the process, ready to scale. So these kind of things are awesome. And why the heck would I show you these? Well, I just want to show you that my stuff works, okay? So let's look at the next part now, which is where a lot of people do get tripped up because it can get very complicated. And that is how we will sell them, right? There's a lot involved here. You can basically really, really struggle with this. And this is where people love to go to like YouTube and just go there and try and, I don't know, get free information and then say, well, I'm going to figure this out on my own and I'm going to use YouTube and all this good stuff. But I don't think it's the best way because you're going to get so many different ideas and so many different opinions, and it's just going to be tough to do. So you have a store, right? And you have a bunch of print on demand products that are on display for sale. So, I mean, the setup alone can be quite involved. So you do need to set it up correctly, set up that store, get your products ready to go, and then find your suppliers and then hook them into your store so that it's fulfilled automatically. So you have a kind of autopilot system working where somebody can go and buy at 3 o'clock in the morning and the order will go through to your supplier without you touching it. That's always nice. So now what? Like, it's time to get some sales. So you've got ideas, you've got a store, now you got to get some sales. So how do we get people to see our store and products? We do what people have been doing forever, and that means that we advertise. So, which leads to the biggest mistake I've seen. And can you guess what it is? And there's somebody, when it comes to advertising, what's the biggest mistake? Let me know in the chat what you think. I'll take some ideas. Is it overcomplicating it, overthinking it? What's going on? When people advertise, biggest mistake? Oh, somebody got it. Okay, I'm just going to skip ahead to it then. It's this. People put all their eggs in one basket. So they don't do that. You always want to advertise on multiple traffic sources, because what happens if Facebook ads decide they're not going to allow you to advertise any print on demand products anymore? Well, your business is basically gone if that's the only thing you've done. So you need to have multiple traffic sources pointing to your store. So let's show you what I mean. So I'm just going to load up my whiteboard over here just very quickly. And this is a great app. It's called Funalytics. What you can do is you can really just visualize the whole process. So I'm going to pull this over. So let's say this is your store. I'm going to rename this. to your online store. You've got that built. Okay, that's awesome. And then you've got pages. And each one of these pages is basically sales pages that are going from there to there. So these are your products. You've got a bunch of products on your store, right? So you've got a whole bunch of products, and we need to get traffic to your store, but we get them via the sales page. And the sales page is your individual products. So that could be your necklace. So we'll just rename this. Say it's a necklace that you want to sell, and you're like, how the heck do you sell necklaces? Well, I can teach you. So that's your necklace, number one. And I mean, you have more than one of these, but say this is a hoodie, and say this is a coffee mug. So your store contains necklace, hoodie, and coffee mug. Let's say it just has 3 products in this instance, although your store is going to have way more than 3 products, but you got to start somewhere, right? So now we've got our store, we've got it created, it's just sitting there. It's not a matter of if you build it, they will come. You have to go out there and get them to come to your store. So you have to figure out, how do I send traffic? Traffic is people to my store, so they buy stuff, so I'm happy. Well, that's where we go here. And there's a couple of options that I use. So number one, I'm just going to rename this. This is Google Shopping Ads. So you can run Google Shopping ads to your product. And we'll just use necklaces for this, but you will actually run these to all your different products. And I'm going to show you real quick, like, what the heck is Google Shopping? Let me pull up another window over here on the side. So let me go to this. Here we go. Perfect example. So I go to Google and I type in funny shirts. Do you see these images on the right? This is Google Shopping. The cool part is Google Shopping has 2 aspects to it, free and paid. So when it says sponsored, these are actually paid listings. But you see this little tab here, shopping? If I go here, these are free. So all they did was take a product feed from a store, and Google has indexed them all and put them onto this free section. Back here is the paid section. So we will be in the free section and we'll be in the paid section. So when people see this and they go, okay, here's one, $9. Wow, that's a cheap t-shirt. So let's click it. So I went from Google Shopping to this guy's store. This is an online store, and now I can buy it. Add to bag. I guess add to bag instead of add to cart. That's cool. So I can pick my size. You know, I'm a big dude. Pick my color. Maybe I want this one. Add the quantity. Add to bag. Oh, didn't select size. Okay, there we go. Add to bag. Now it's in my cart. Now I can view my bag. It should be view cart, but this is different. And then I can check out, buy it, put my shipping information, boom, done. That's what Google Shopping is. So simple, so easy from here, but the setup on the back end is not quite that simple. So there's a little bit more involved. Next one, let's go here, because we don't want to put our eggs into one basket. So let's go with, now we want to get people to see our necklace, Google search ads. And here, this is going to point to our sales page, like so. So again, let's go back here. What's a Google search ad? This busted tees, ad. These are Google search ads. These companies are bidding on this keyword, funny shirts. Busted tees is bidding the most because they're showing at the top. Custom ink is bidding second highest, and funnyshirts.org, wow, great domain, has the 3rd spot. Paid ad, paid ad, paid ad, paid. A couple of image results. Now here's the free listings from Google. So do you see how Google makes their money? They even threw a couple down on the bottom too. Paid ad, paid ad. Google search, just to show you where it is and what's happening. We can run those too. Option number 3, also from Google, is this. Keep missing that little mark. This is called Google Display. And these are basically banners that you see on websites. So if I go back here and I type in, I don't know, CNN has a lot of banners, right? You can see that They do have a lot of ads on here, typically. Maybe not today, just because I want them to. Oh, there's one. Oh, this is Outbrain, but these are banner ads, and Google makes these available too. So Google has websites that they have deals with, and you can actually run your ads. Here's one. So Bluehost put this banner on CNN.com through the Google Display Network. Okay, just to let you know where it came from. We can advertise on there too if we want. So very cool, right? Who'd have thought you could advertise on CNN? Well, you can. Okay, but that's not all. Now we're going to go here. I'm going to add this guy in, Facebook. And this is Facebook ads. So we can send people to our store from Facebook, to our product, from Facebook ads. If you look here, if I go to Facebook, you will see ads in your newsfeed. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see ads too. So let's hope that some come up. Here we go. That's Marketplace. But here's one, trending deals sponsored. This is an ad. So in this case, they're selling, apparently this sleek wireless HD mini Wi-Fi camera is also, oh, well, that's actually pretty cool. So it's a Wi-Fi mini HD camera that you can put anywhere. This is an ad. So when I click it, I go through to the store. Is that not cool? Oh, it's got some music playing. But this is the store that's selling this camera, and we can buy it. And the ad came from Facebook. So in this case, I was just scrolling through. I'm not really looking for that, but that's what Facebook decided to show me. Here's another one, traffic and funnels. Sponsored means it's an ad. So these guys are selling some system for, I guess, getting clients online. So I see this ad, I can click through it and go to the website. That's an ad. They're just running ads. That's what we can do too. That's what I do a lot of, and I've done a lot of that over the years. So that's kind of what Facebook does. Anytime you see sponsored, that's why, because the ads are coming from advertisers like you and I. So that's not all. So we've got Google, we got Facebook, and then we've got this beauty, email. So we can run email traffic to our sales page on our store to get people to buy. So we're diversifying our traffic sources quite a bit, so that if Facebook decides one day we don't want you advertising your products on our site, it's okay. We got Google and we got email still. Or if Google decides, don't run your products to our, we won't run them anymore. Well, it's okay because we've got Facebook and email. So you want to make sure your eggs aren't all in one basket. And then, so somebody's asking, could you say a bit about what type of online store on Facebook or eBay or Etsy? It's actually your own online store on your own domain that we're talking about. So you will actually buy a domain, you'll figure out a name for your store, then you buy a domain, then it's on Shopify is the platform that we're going to use for this. And there's a couple reasons, but the main one is one of my best suppliers is only available through Shopify. Otherwise, we could use a different platform like WooCommerce or there's a couple other ones out there, Magento, which is very complicated, or BigCommerce, I think is the name of another one, but Shopify makes it easy. So another question, this sounds like this takes a lot of money. Well, you can spend as much or as little as you want. So when you get all these your store is going to cost you about $30 a month to start. Your products are free to list with the print-on-demand suppliers. Your advertising is where your costs come in the most. And most people say, well, I don't have any money to spend to advertise. Okay, then you're going to struggle a little bit with it, but you can start small. You can start with $5 a day if you wanted, and then just build it up, reinvest the profits into your stores. So I deal with this a little bit later, but you can't make money without spending money. It's just not possible. It's a fallacy. Tell me any brick and mortar store out there that opened and just made money without some kind of investment up front. It just doesn't exist. So that is the basic, visualization of what we do. So we're going to run traffic from these sources to our product page on our store and make sales. Now we want to spend less in ads than we bring in revenue so that we profit. And that's where it gets tricky because you got to know what you're doing with that. All right. So does that make sense? I mean, we want to use Google, Facebook, and email for our product ads so that we get sales. The goal is to spend less than we make. And if I told you, like, for every dollar you give me, I'll give you $1.30 back, how many dollars would you give me? Right? A lot. You'd want to spend more. So don't use the the thinking of, well, I can't put any money into this because I can't lose money. It's not losing money. It's buying traffic so you make sales. So it's an investment in your store. So here's one example, just real quick, of basically a scaling campaign I use with Facebook ads. It's a beast and it's not recommended for beginners. And this is where I don't mean to scare anybody. These are big numbers, but I need to show you what's possible because I want you to get excited about it. You don't have to start this big, and I don't recommend you start this big, but this is called the Megalodon method that I have with Facebook ads. So it's not for the faint of heart. It's a beast of a method. So what is it? It's basically this. You put on your big boy pants or big girl pants. It's $1,000 a day daily budgets. So I just said you can start with 5, you can. Some people are spending 1,000, some people are spending 5,000. There really is a lot of money to be spent, and it's just a matter of, if I'm spending X amount, I have to make more than what I spent in order for me to sustain it and be happy and make a living doing this, right? So it's a limited number of ad sets for this method. I use what's called automated rules to tame the beast, which means Facebook will watch over my campaign. So I set the parameters and I say, if it spends like $20 without a sale, turn it off. And then the next day, I'll say, if it hasn't spent $20 lifetime yet, turn it back on. And if it got a sale, I'll say, okay, if it's got a sale and it's profitable, turn it back on, just in case it had a bad day. This thing moves fast and furious. You can do $750 a day daily profits. It's not for any experience level. This is down the road quite a bit. But here's one day for me, 52 sales, $1,484. So you'd think, if I'm making that, I'm gonna be pretty happy, but I have to subtract my ad costs from that. So what were my ad costs? This is the actual campaign screenshot. It was $863.85 that I spent to bring in 1,400. So here's the numbers from that one day, one method on one product. The revenue was 1,484, expense 863, profit 620. Sorry, US. So I'm in Canada, so I get to multiply that by like 1.28 to 1.3 because of the currency exchange. So that means for me, sitting here in Canada, I made like $828.49 profit, like in my bank account at the end of the day. So if you extrapolate that out, 30 days is $24,000 product. 12 months, that's like almost a $300,000 product. If I could do that every single day, right? You can't, because some days are up, some days are low. But this was a good example of one day where I'm actually showing you not only what I made, but what I spent. So I hope you're thinking, dude, that's awesome. I'm never going to be able to do that because, spending $1,000 a day is insane. There's no way you can. Okay. Do you think this can work for you? It can. You have to move a little bit slower. So what if your goal was $10,000 per month in profit? What would that look like? I want you to visualize that. Okay. So let's break it down. I mean, $10,000 per month, that's 120,000 per year. That's a great paying job. That's wonderful. That's, for the bulk of the population, that's enough to replace your day job quite easily. So you can spend more time with your family, do whatever you want. But how much would you need to spend to make that? Well, assuming like about a 50% return on investment, it means you need 20,000 in sales per month to make 10,000 profit per month. So your revenue would need to be 20. You subtract the 10,000 in costs, that leaves you with $10,000 profit per month. So just to give you an idea of like how you break this down, that's what it is. So what is that per day? Well, I love running these too because it really lets you wrap your head around what do I need to do, and it gives people a reality check too, that they're not going to go from 0 to 10,000 a month right away. It's going to take some time because you got to move slow. You got to gain some experience, some confidence, get some success under your belt before you're even willing to put more money into your ads, right? So 10,000 divided by say like 30 days a month is like 333 per day. So what if you don't have that? It's no problem. Like I said, you start small and you work your way up. And does that sound difficult? Well, yeah, it can be. I mean, I hope I'm not overwhelming you, but there is a lot. There's a lot to it. But it's just like anything though, right? With some help, do you think you could do it? That's why we're here. So I'm just going to leave that for 1 second there. I love that guy. Most interesting man in the world. So you know how to sell. Let's look at the last part of the webinar now, and that is how to speed up the process. So you're probably thinking, holy crap, I have to set up a store. I got to get products. I got to get designs. I got to find suppliers. I got to put it all together. Then I have to advertise this. Geez, I don't know if I can do this. This seems, and you just think, boop, not doing it. Stop. Don't be like that. It's okay. Take a breath. Take a deep breath and just think like, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'm the will. So I'm the way. So anyway, I've sold a lot of courses over the years. The last challenge I did, it pulled in like 60,000 a week. I was very, very happy with that. I put out a few boot camps, making over six figures on those so far. I coach people one-on-one for a very, very, very premium fee. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. And I noticed something. There's a lot of information out there, and you can go on YouTube. Okay, you will experience this if you do. So many people with so many different methods and so many different opinions and so many different ways, and you think, well, YouTube's free, I'm not paying for it, it's awesome. um, Good luck. Like, it is nuts. There's no, I don't think you could maintain your sanity if you try and figure this out for free on YouTube, because there's so many people doing so many different things, and you just don't know. Like, you have information overload, which leads to this analysis by paralysis. So overanalyzing or overthinking a situation so that a decision or action is never taken. That's what happens. It means you don't know what to do next. You've got so much information, there's no clear path. Plus, some information is just plain old wrong. So how do you know what's right and what's wrong? You don't. So you try it all, or you don't do anything, and you end up like this: stressed, headache, back to square one. I've seen this time and time again over the years, and it's frustrating to watch people go through this when there are better routes to take. So it makes me sad. I really don't like it. I don't like seeing people go through that pain. So what's the solution? Of course, it's get some help from an expert who's been there, done that, and already got the t-shirt. So imagine for a sec you want to become a bodybuilder. Who would you want to teach you? This guy, Mr. Pipe Cleaner Arms, who's never hit the gym in his life, or Mr. Olympia, Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, okay, that's pretty clear, right? You want the expert. This guy's the expert. He knows what he's doing. You'd want Arnold. You'd want the best. You wouldn't want some wimpy kid. If you had him teaching you, would you become a pretty good bodybuilder? Of course, but there's a catch. You don't just become great at something because you've got a great teacher. You have to do something. You simply have to take action. There's no two ways about this. So remember the next slide. It's a key ingredient in ensuring success, speeding up the process, and that is action changes things. Okay, so the question is, are you where you want to be right now? And you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, if you're on here, odds are you're looking for something, you're looking for a change. So what have you done to change your situation? Have you got help? Have you taken action? I know back about 6 years ago, I lost 100 pounds in 106 days. I followed a routine and a diet. I didn't lose it all overnight. It took time, it took energy, it took focus. But I learned my weight routine at the gym. Like, do you know, I actually bought Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. I bought this when I was 15, and that's a routine that I use at the gym when I was lifting weights to work out and exercise. I went running. And like, how did I learn the diet to follow? I had a friend who gave me a diet plan to follow, because otherwise, that's the part where I was lost. And like 80–90% of weight loss is diet. And if you have a good diet that you're following, you're going to lose weight. You can't help it, even if you don't work out. So without that help, I would have never ever lost the weight. Without taking action, I would have never lost the weight. People see success and they think it was easy. It's not. It typically looks like this iceberg. So people see the success, they see the top of the iceberg, but they don't see what it took to get there, which is failures, setbacks, naysayers. A lot of us have naysayers in our life. Some maybe friends or family that say, no, why are you bothering with this online thing? You're never going to get it. It's not going to work. Just quit. Go get a job. I don't believe that at all. So hard work, sacrifice, risks, late nights, early mornings, courage, persistence, and action. That's what they don't see. That's what you don't see in screenshots on Facebook. One of my ads that's been working really well is I literally Photoshop my head onto a guy standing in front of a Lamborghini. And then in my ad, I said, what does me Photoshopping my head onto a guy standing in front of a Lamborghini have to do with this? Nothing, but it got your attention, so it served its purpose. Because that's what people see. They see the success part. I don't have a Lamborghini. I'll never buy one. They're the most impractical, ridiculous car in the world. Give me a Chevy Suburban any day of the week. That's my dream car, and that's what I have sitting in the driveway. So success draws people in, but they don't see the bad part. They don't see the work and how frustrating and difficult it can be. So it is hard to succeed. It's not easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but through consistent effort and following a system, you can. So how do you ensure your success? How do you speed up the process? Well, you need to do something. You need to follow methods that work. That's why if you're going on YouTube and you're trying to figure this out, good luck. Here's an example. He's just following a system. Jay got his first sale with one of my courses. Highly recommend it. Love it. First sale post, wonderful. Then check this out. Got my first six-figure store going. Thanks, Will Haimerl, for showing me the way. Gross sales, 107,000. He had discounts, returns. Of course, you're going to get a couple of returns. That's natural. Net sales, 101. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. So he went from posting his first sale to cracking six figures on his store in revenue. So I just love that. That's my favorite. So someone needs to show you. Otherwise, how do you know what to do? I had someone show me back in the day when I was doing those secured loan leads. I could never have figured that out in a million years. Without them, I wouldn't have been self-employed since 2007. So it literally is, it's like anything in life. You learn first from the people who know how. And it starts with your parents. They taught you a lot of stuff. So what if there was someone who could help you learn? What if there was a course on all this? What if it walked you through every step in detail? Would that help you? I hope you're nodding your head. So let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying the webinar so far? Just give me a one in the chat box, in the question box, if you're good. If you like it, just glance over. Nice, nice, nice. Indeed, perfect. Right on. One, a whole bunch of ones. Nice, awesome. All right. So do you think this stuff can work for you? I hope you're nodding your head yes. Yes, there are obstacles in the way, but we can conquer those obstacles. So we've covered what we will be selling, how we will be selling them. I actually made a spelling mistake. How to speed up the process. So my question is, do you want to take it to the next level? I didn't even ask to put it in there, right on. So introducing the Print on Demand Accelerator. That's what I've got going on here. The info and methods that I've shown today only scratched the surface, like not even a dent, because as you can see, there's a lot more to it. So the Print on Demand Accelerator is all about this, showing you exactly what to do by watching me over the shoulder, step by step, to get you profitable. So what is it? It's a course and support, because you can't just put a course out there and then leave people floundering on their own. You have to support them along the way. That's how it works best. That's what I found over the years. That's how I do it. It's delivered online. So the complete system with all the methods shown from A to Z: setup, products, traffic, and then ongoing. Sound pretty sweet? It is. So here's what you're going to get. Okay, I'm going to go through this for you, and then I'll get to a price, and then if you like it, great. If you don't, no problem. So the Print on Demand Accelerator, it's 6 weeks of training via the course. So week one, getting everything set up, all the assets you need from your Facebook ad account, your Google ad account, your email system, your store, your products, everything. Week two is all about the product. So it's research, design, getting them listed, getting them up and running on your store, which suppliers I use that are the best. Week three, I dedicated to Google. So it's Google shopping ads, Google search ads, Google display ads. You actually watch me in my Google ad account, setting up campaigns and explaining what I'm doing. And then you can watch that, do it in your own, then you can go and get support. Week four, Facebook ads for testing, scaling, and retargeting. Retargeting simply means somebody visited a page on your store. If they didn't buy, we can show them more ads saying, hey, come on back. Why didn't you buy this? If they added to cart but they didn't buy, we can do another ad and say, hey, come on back to the cart, we saved it for you. And they can click the link and it'll take them right back to the cart section that they were at with their product preloaded. All they have to do is continue the order. It's awesome. Week five, marketing with email. So ongoing and running sales. Running sales with your email list is fantastic. It's like printing money and it's free. So say what's coming up next, Father's Day. You go, big Father's Day 48-hour sale on my store. Take 20% off anything on the store. Use this coupon. We've all got coupon codes, right? From stores. That's email marketing. It's fantastic. It works so well. And we can even set up email ongoing so that we'll set up a big, gigantic sequence for our buyers so that we can sell them more products on an ongoing basis. There's nothing wrong with making offers to people, and the easiest people to sell to are your customers that have already bought from you and they're happy because they got the thing in time. They didn't have to wait 6 to 8 weeks. They got it. It's good. It's high quality. It works. They'll buy again. Week 6 is ongoing and exit strategies. That's something nobody really talks about. But if you get a store up and running and it's doing really well, and you're like, this is fantastic. I love it. I'm going to do this for a couple of years. I'll make it work. And then you decide, you know what? I'm kind of bored. Maybe I'll start another store, or maybe I want to do something else, or maybe I want to retire. So you sell your store and you exit, and you can get multiples of your monthly revenue when you do that. There are stores that have sold for big bucks, and you can do that too. It's an exit strategy, and it's possible. So it's all over the shoulder training. You watch me do it, then you apply what I did to your campaigns. So it works really, really well. I've been doing this a long time. It's a full system laid out step by step from beginning to end. Just the course part, that's what I showed you, but there's more to it. Having your own online store means you're flying solo. So you're sitting there at your computer going, holy crap, I'm alone. I don't really have anybody around me to talk about this stuff. And if you, I don't know, if you've ever tried to talk to a friend or family member about online stuff, do you get this response? Haha, yeah, wait, what? Like they don't know what you're talking about. You can literally see their eyes roll into the back of their heads as they glaze over and fall, like just die of boredom, because they don't speak your language. They don't know what you're saying. They don't know what you're going through. They don't understand the emotions of it. And honestly, like my wife does that. She's getting better, but every time I start talking about my store or ads, it's the same thing. So the solution, you need a group of like-minded individuals who speak your language, understand what you're talking about, know what you're going through, feel your pain, and can help. Okay, that's the solution. So that's what the second part of the accelerator is. You don't have to fly solo anymore. This is what you're going to get to. It's a private Facebook mastermind group for support. So it's dedicated to students of the accelerator. It's available 24/7. It's lifetime group access. I know some programs let you in there for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks and then kick you out. I don't do that. It's lifetime. Once you purchase, you're in forever. Well, that's where you get your questions answered. Also great for networking because you'll find a lot of people who are in your shoes, maybe even in the same area that you're focusing on. So you can network with these people. They're not your enemy. They're actually a valuable resource. So people who know what they're talking about, people who are in your shoes, people who will help and support you, led by me and my team. So the total value of that is like $5,000. Okay. Yes, it is as valuable as the course. Training is great, but support is also 100% necessary to make sure that the training works well and that you get to where you need to be. So you get a course and you get support. Does that sound pretty cool? I think so. So that's it. The print on demand accelerator is $4,997 value. It's actually should even be more, but the private student group, students only Facebook mastermind group, $4,997. Total value is $9,994. So sidebar, this is, I've always found this weird, but like why do we use, what use is the numbers that end in 7? So I guess some marketing gurus said it worked best. That's why I use it too. And it seems like online, if it ends in a 7, 7's like a lucky number and people want to buy it more. So I don't know. It should say why use numbers instead of what, but I made a mistake. I'm human. Let's shift gears for 1 second, then we'll get to the price of all this and see if you're in or out. If you're out, no problem at all. So do you buy coffee at Starbucks ever? If you do, that is disposable income that you're using. If you pay like $7 at Starbucks a day times 30 days, that's $210 times like 10 months, that's like $2,100 in coffee. That's not even a year. Isn't that insane? I know for me, I go to Tim Hortons because I'm Canadian. I love my double double. I go about 3 times a day because it's my coffee break. So I get out of the house, drive to Tim Hortons, and I spend like $2 on a coffee. So times 3 per day, that's $6 per day. Times 30 days, that's like $180 a month. Times like 10 months, I'm at like $1,800 I'm spending on freaking coffee in like 10 months. So if I put that out even further for the year, it's over $2,000 in coffee that I'm spending. So, but I love it. That's my coffee break. I like it. Do you ever eat out? I just went to the Mandarin last night, took the family because it was my 2-year-old's birthday, and the bill was $160. And so that was with the tip. I think I gave her 20%, so whatever that is. It was about 180. No, I think I only gave her a $20 tip. I don't know why. I think I was being cheap, but the service was kind of slow. So anyway, I gave a $20 tip, $180. That's one meal. So that's a lot. And if you do that a couple times a month, you're getting up there. So say you spend $500 a month eating out. Well, in like, I don't know, 4 months, you're spending about 2 grand eating out. So that's disposable income that you're using. Do you go to the movies? That's disposable income that you're using. When I take my tribe to the movies, holy crap, it's $200 minimum with all the food and the tickets and everything. Because I've got like 7 people. I got, well, actually 6 because the little one doesn't come. But yeah, it's like $200. And if we do that, even like, once a month, then over like 10 months, that's 2 grand that I'm spending at the movies. Like, insane, right? But that's disposable income that I'm using to do that. And I'm getting something in return. I'm getting, when with the movies, I used to be a projectionist way, way, way back in high school at a movie theater. So I watched a ton of movies, so I enjoy it. So I'm getting something of value back for that. So what if you invested in yourself instead? So you took some of that disposable income that's going to all these different places, and you said, okay, if I put a dollar in, I get $1.30 or $2 out. Would I do that? Well, yeah, I don't get anything back dollar wise from a movie, but I sure do get pleasure of sitting there for 2 hours or whatever it may be and eating some popcorn and enjoying it. So it's almost decision time. It took me a long time to put this accelerator together. You've got two choices. You can do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith, which is like risk free. Go back to whatever you were doing before you spent time with me today. Or you can pony up a small amount of money compared to what you'll spend on your own learning systems through trial and error, not to mention all the value you're getting. So it's almost time to make a choice. Here's what you're going to get. Again, the course and the group, total value $9,994. That's a ton of value. It's everything you need to create and market your own profitable print on demand store. There's two types of people who come on the webinars. Okay, there's Lazy Larry and there's Take Action Ted. You can see that Take Action Ted is a fist bump champion. He's awesome. He's ready to go. He's rah rah rah. And then Lazy Larry's sitting there eating Cheetos, playing the video games. I like Take Action Ted. Here's one. He started his test campaigns a few hours ago. Had his first Shine On sale. Shine On's actually one of my suppliers. Thanks, Will, for the great course. Information alone is not going to help you. Taking action on the information will. So I put together a package today that's going to over deliver on value today, taking some of that disposable income and putting it into a place where you're actually going to do way more in return. So if you want a full system that works, want to do this the right way from day one, that's what you're going to get. You get all that, the course and the group, combined value of $9,994. The general public price of this is $2,997, so 3 grand. But today, because you showed up on the webinar, it's a limited time offer of $1,000 off. So the full thing, that's why I kept saying 2,000, because this is a $2,000 program. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. If you want a payment plan, I've got that. It's a little bit more expensive. It's 3 payments of $797. And you can see down here, you can get started now. So $19.97 or 3 payments of $797. $1,000 off. You can go here, ppc-coach.com/PODA. So print on demand accelerator. It is a limited time offer. I don't want you to wait on this. The payment plan is an insane deal. It gets you in a little bit cheaper, but it does cost a little bit more in the long term. So I'm going to leave that URL on the bottom while I go through a couple questions here. And there's a payment plan. Like I said, it's 3 payments of $797. You do pay a little bit more, but I am running the risk of people not fulfilling their end of the bargain. And I do have some people that actually drop out of the payment plan, then we have to chase them down. It's quite annoying. So I built in a little bit extra room in that based on my experience with payment plans. So it gets you access for cheap, like way too cheap, but it does get you access. So one of the first questions people always say is, hey, what's the guarantee? Do you guarantee I'm gonna be ultra successful in Mr. Print on Demand store, and what's gonna happen here? Well, here's my guarantee that I 100% stand by. I guarantee you this: if you do nothing, you will get nothing. Your life will not change. If your first question is, what's the refund policy? Then we're not a good fit. Please feel free to just exit the webinar now, because your mindset is not right to do this. If you take action, follow the steps, you will succeed. So that's my guarantee. You can do nothing and you will get nothing in return. But I don't want anybody coming into this and the first question that they hit me with is, what's the refund policy? My refund policy is you're not going to need a refund. That's my refund policy. I've been doing this too long. It's too valuable for you to even need one. So please, this isn't theory. This is what I do. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do something different, then do it. Okay, get started now, hop in there, ppc-coach.com/PODA. You can use a credit card, or if you prefer PayPal, we can do that too. I'm just gonna have to send you an invoice. We can do it manually. So if all this did was show you a full training program, showing you it all from A to Z, would that be worth it? If all it did was give you support via the private mastermind group, would that be worth it? And if all it did was save you thousands of dollars and trying to learn this on your own, would that be worth it? Okay. If you want to hit $10,000 a month, you have two basic options. Option one is do it alone. Go to YouTube, start searching for an online store, find tons of free training, get confused, get overloaded, overthink it, second guess yourself, waste time and energy. Just not a good option. Option two is learn from me. Watch me do it, replicate it with your own store, watch me on every dashboard, know what buttons to push, know what settings are best, know how to set up properly, know how to add products, know how to advertise, connect all the dots, save time, save money, be happy. So which option do you prefer? It's a complete no-brainer. So if you have questions, go to my group too. It's free, ppc-coach.com/group. Let's get started. And then I'm going to get into some questions here in a second. So what's the difference basically between now and later? Now you might be struggling, you might not get it. There might be so many questions going through your head. Later you won't be. Okay, go there, do it. Limited time offer. It is going to go up to $3,000 very soon. So please hop on this now. If you have questions, email me. Go to the group. Here's some common questions that I get all the time. So one is, what if I've never even heard of print on demand before? So that's not a problem. I'm going to walk you through it all. Okay, there's not going to be any stone left unturned. So what if I've never run Google ads before? Because a lot of people haven't. And I say good. Then I don't have to break the bad habits that you have. I don't have to break that down and then rebuild. Instead, we get a clean slate that we can use with Google ads. And it's the same for Facebook ads. Like, what if I've never run Facebook ads before? Again, good. I don't have to break bad habits. There's so many people that go and get so much free information on Facebook ads and then they run it and then it flops and then they go crap. So everybody shows the setup, but they don't show the management and they don't show what to do ongoing. And that's where people fail because sometimes they are literally 2 feet from the finish line, but they made a wrong choice at one point. Okay. So what if I don't learn anything new? You will. This is new stuff that I haven't shown before. So will I need a store software to do it? Yes, you'll be using Shopify. And the next natural question is, what does Shopify cost? The base plan is $29.99 per month. You're going to need one app that costs $14.99 per month. So I think you're just under like about, what's that, 47 or something. I think I pay a little about 47 Canadian a month I pay for my store. But I mean, that's one sale to cover that, maybe two sales, depending on your product. So how much do I need to run ads? That's the golden question. I say start low, build it up. As you gain experience, have success, and gain confidence, then you move on to the more advanced methods that require the higher daily budgets, but you don't start there. So you can start really low and it'll work. So is this right for me? Of course, if you want to follow a proven system, then yes, absolutely, it's right for you. That price tag seems pretty high, right? I mean, $2,000 is like a lot of money, but you're buying time, you're buying experience, and you're buying support. So you will spend more than if you put a value on you going at this alone or just kind of half-assing it, it's going to be way more than $2,000 wasted. Now, when does it start? This is important. So the group is up right now, but you get instant access to the private group right away. Tuesday, May 21st, at basically noon is when week one starts for the course. And then week two is released 7 days later, week three, 7 days later, 4, 7 days later, 5, 6. They each go on a 7-day cycle. So the reason I'm doing that is I'm allowing people to come into the course until May 21st, and then we're going to get started. So you'll get your login information on the 21st from me, but you'll be in the group, which I already have a video up that has some homework on it in the group right away. So you can get started right away, get instant access to the group after you purchase. Okay, hope that makes sense. And where can I go to get more questions answered? ppccoach.com/group. So again, you can get started now. 1997, I think we did a little bit of work on, the value of that versus using up some of your disposable income towards something that is an investment in yourself and your business instead of, coffee or movies or whatever it may be, eating out. So is the price a lot? This is the elephant in the room right now. People are saying, no, I'm out too much. Okay, well, it's all relative. So let me show you one more exercise, one more thing that I found. And I was just driving down the road when I saw this. So you know how your driveway, like I have a brick driveway and it's a 2-car driveway. And there's basically ruts now developing where the car parks because it's settled. So I need to get this fixed. So it was starting to get ruts where I park the vehicles. Like you know, right in line with your garage door, it'll be like a little dip. So I'm like, okay, I could do this, like, but what would this cost to get this fixed? So I want somebody to come and fix my driveway because it's bugging me. It looks like it happens. Like the house is like 11 years old, so it happens. But it costs $2,000, and I was like, holy crap, that ties right into what I'm offering here because my accelerator is $2,000. So what the heck's going on here? Like it's like a sign from above, right? So could I do this repair myself? I thought, and then I thought, absolutely, I could absolutely do this. Would I? Let's break it down then. So first off, I got to research how to fix my brick driveway on YouTube. Then, so I did that. Then I got to pull up all these bricks, and I'm looking at that and I'm going, whoa, it's like 800 square feet of bricks. That's a lot of bricks. Then I have to get some coarse gravel or sand dumped on the road. Then I have to wheelbarrow it to my driveway and dump it. Then I have to tamp it down with a machine, which I don't own, so I'd have to rent. Then I have to screed it with a flat edge, which I'm not 100% sure on how to do that. I mean, it doesn't look too hard, but I guess maybe you screed it before you tamp it. I don't know. That's not my job. So then I guess I'd have to put all the bricks back down in the order that I took them up. And how the heck do I do that? How do I keep track? So I'm like, I'm estimating the project time, and I'm thinking, okay, 2 days for me alone, if I did like 8 hours per day minimum. Then I go, okay, I'm a 43-year-old man. I'm in relatively good shape, but man, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt my back. That's going to hurt my mental state. I could spend my time doing much more productive things than doing this driveway myself. So I thought, you know, this soreness, this massive soreness afterwards, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to do it? Nope. Is it worth it for somebody else to do it for me? Well, yes. Compared to me doing it alone, absolutely. It's absolutely worth it. Will that produce any revenue for me? Nope. All it's going to do is make my driveway look better. And that's a $2,000 expense. But will the print on demand accelerator produce revenue for you? Yes. So you're getting money back. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to harp on about that. Are you still on the fence? Great, no problem. Here's 2 more testimonials for you from Troy. Will Haimerl always delivers. This is my 3rd time working with him, and I learned so much each round. He always makes content easy to understand. He's always willing to help. Great guy, great value, great expertise. Thank you, Will. And then Mike. Will, I have to say this is the best training I've received on the web regarding marketing. Money very well spent. Thanks, great experience. So there we go. Thank you. I'd love for you to order now. I'd love to help you. I'd love to work with you to do this. Go there, get started. $19.97 or 3 payments of $7.97. The payments are every 30 days. That will pull it. So you can use a credit card. You can use PayPal. It is $1,000 off. That will go up to $3,000 very shortly. It's a limited time offer. Don't wait on this. The payment plan is a really good deal too if you're a little short on funds. And you do want to set a little bit aside for some traffic too. So if you start at $5 a day times 30 days, that's like $150 in traffic. You move a little bit slower, but it's still possible to make some sales at that rate. And as you make sales, you're going to want to put more money into it anyway. So that's that. I do see, I think we covered all the questions here. So that's wonderful. So that's a little over an hour that I took. I apologize for going over. I try to keep these to an hour tops, but I'm so glad that you came on today. I can't wait to be working with a few of you. I know a few of you are going to pass, but I think a few of you are already in. So that's awesome too. So we'll see you in the group, and then we'll see you in the course. And then I want to see that first success. I want to see that first sale post in the group. I want to see the first $100 a day, first $500 a day, first $1,000 a day, first 10,000 units sold, whatever it is. Any success, I want to see it in the group. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I look forward to working with you. If you need to contact me, hit me up on my website or in the free group, and we'll go from there. Have a great day, everybody, and we will talk soon.